Would you be with a girl that's on OnlyFans?
I'm thinking that if my wife wants to start that, she and me gonna have to have a big talk.
Kaylee Golding.
Gal from Brom.
You tuned in to Represent with myself, Kaylee Golding, your favourite girl from Brum. I'm super excited to be joined by the main man, Sean Paul. Hey!
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Those glasses are so
Yeah.
cool.
You like that?
I love them. I actually love them.
Respect.
So, obviously now, multi-platinum selling artist, you've won Grannies, you've done everything. Like, is there anything else that you want to do that's on your bucket list?
Yeah, I want to produce a song for someone else that's a hit, whether I'm in it or not. I've started to producing now. So I have songs out there that I've produced, but they're okay. People like them, but I want one that hits.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my goal.
What's made you want to do that then, to like go behind the scenes?
To tell the truth, I've first thought I'd become a producer at age 15. I'd seen Steely and Cleve on the TV, and they were talking about how they use computers to make music now, and I was like, Mom, all I need is a keyboard, Mama. And she bought me a keyboard. She sent me to piano lessons, which I didn't continue, unfortunately. But by the time I was 17, I got more into writing rhymes. So it's been a dream of mine forever. And I produced something on my first album. I produced another track on like my third or the fourth album. And then I started to produce in 2010, more again in 2015. And then since 2017, we've been putting out some great projects since then, a lot of different rhythms. Rope rhythm is one of them. Gang Gang rhythm is another one. No Caption rhythm is another one. But and we put out an album for Chi Ching Ching, which I was involved in. But the label, the last thing we did was Live and Livin, which was my album earlier this year. And just wanted to be a producer for a while now. Not really giving up the artistry at all or being the artist, but want to try and produce a hit song for somebody else too.
Okay, it's gonna happen. I can feel it.
Yeah.
So you just brought up Live and Living, which of course you dropped earlier this year, which really showcased like classic dancehall vibes. Tell me about making that album then.
Yeah, I was first about to, I was gonna put out some singles throughout the year, but because the pandemic hit and then I started to gather a lot more material, and then I was here not traveling a lot, and I just decided, let me make this into an album. And we kind of finished up a couple of things and did some brand new work as well. So it was always the intention of me to put out a couple different tracks here and there. This is what Island Records kind of allowed me to do. But when I came up with this idea, they graciously allowed me to put an album out before I've put out theirs. So, big up to them for helping me to kind of kick off my label in that way this year as well. As I said, I usually tour more than 6 months out of the year. So this pandemic has kind of come with a few blessings, which is more family time and more studio time. And I made use of both of them.
And what do you do for family time then?
Oh, just run behind the kids, man. It is. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and he's about to be 5 now. My daughter's just turned 2 last week. So, that stage is, it changes you. You're like, oh, they'll be fine. And then one bus head later, and you're like, oh, yo, don't stand on the couch no more. Don't go over there. You can't do that. You're going to slip and fall. It's like, I'm that kind of dad right now. It is what it is. But it's invaluable to me, the time that I've been able to spend, especially because, as I said, I usually tour a lot. I mean, 3 days after my son was born, I was, out on TV doing a performance, and yeah, good stuff to be able to spend time with them.
Yeah. And as the world opens back up, then, do you think it's going to be hard to balance music and fatherhood?
It will be heart wrenching to leave every time, but you know, it's something that you know every responsible adult got to work. You know what I mean, and every responsible parent. So something that everybody deals with. I think I'll come to that when I have to, but I know it's going to be heart wrenching because even now, Dad, where are you going? I'm going to do interviews.
Oh,
Can you hurry up? Can you come back? You know what I mean?
oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Right, let's go back to the album Live and Livin' then. Obviously, you've kind of explored the pop world and released proper, like, mainstream kind of tunes. Was it nice then to go back to authentic dancehall?
Definitely was. It was something I've been feeling for a long time. And to tell the truth, I kind of just wanted to push it in everybody's face, you know, and work with, you know, the more established, mature dancehall acts like Buju, Banton, and you know, people like Busy Signal that people might have heard before. But also to kind of fuse that with the younger crowd, you know, the Intense and Skilly Bang and Massacre, Squash and these guys. This was a great connection. It was a unifying album. You know, it showed the unity in the dancehall community, which is what I wanted to do. And also, you know, I got to produce a few beats on there,
Yeah.
and work with my brother and my brethren to, you know, just bring it to life. It's how I do most of my albums, but you know, a lot of the time with the labels, they kind of hear more of the poppy side stuff, and they don't hear these records. So giving me the permission to put it out by my own self was all I really needed. Was very cool to do. You know what I mean? What else can I say about it? There's so much singles on there that I hear, and we're still looking to shoot some videos, even though I'm on a new rotation for the new album called Scorcher, which is for Island Records. But yeah, still gonna put out some stuff. The song Boom has been going on pretty well at the mix shows and DJs picking it up. The song with me and Massacre and Skilly Bang kind of, you know, it trended the first week it was out here on YouTube. So good vibes all around, man. Looking forward to shooting other vids. It's kind of what can I say? A little bit technical with all of this non-traveling, and you know what I mean. I have to figure out how I could get either directors or you know, good concepts here in Jamaica. So it's been a little challenge, but it's good.
No, I can imagine. And it was so good to hear that authentic Sean Paul sound that we grew up listening to, grew up getting gas to. So to hear that again, it was so good.
No flow, no flow.
Obviously, documentary out now as well, Live and Livin' on your YouTube. What can people expect from that?
Well, it's just a short film, you know what I mean? Kind of expressing what dancehall means to the different players in the business. You know what I mean? You have people like Buju Banton being interviewed and giving his insights and his views on what dancehall is and how it affects, you know, our community and our culture, and also and how it came out of our culture. And also you have people like, you know, the drinks man who have a shop who, you know what I mean, sell and support his family in that way, giving his opinions. And we did it earlier this year where I had a brethren just following around. It was, I think, shot last November. A videographer, he does some videos for me. His name is Kiran Khan. You know, we did a couple of videos, and he's done videos for Buju as well, and a couple other people in the biz. I think Sham too. Enough other people. So, you know, I just decided that with all the footage he was taking for B-roll to kind of put on our Instagram, and let's do a little documentary and just kind of bring people closer in to dancehall. I find that every 5 years I've kind of reorient the crowd. You know what I mean? There's younger kids who was like 5, now they're 10 or 11, and they're checking out music for the first time. So to give them something to help them better understand where I'm coming from was just an objective. And it's, as I said, it's short and it's a cool little vibe, you know?
Yeah. And you're good at having a nice little vibe, so everyone should go check that out for true.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that.
So I recently found out then that you're the only Jamaican artist to have ever won an American Music Award for favorite pop slash rock male artist. With that
Yeah.
said, then, do you
Mhm.
feel like dancehall needs more recognition then?
Yeah, for me, that year I beat Justin Timberlake and Kanye West, who was, the a great hip hop just coming up at the time about those years. And just being really, really known and famous and stuff. And so for a Jamaican to do that, or anybody from the Caribbean, it really proved to me in my own self that, yo, this music is really powerful. I knew it before, but when we don't get the accolades, it's kind of like, all right, maybe we ain't shit. Excuse me. Excuse my language. But yeah, when things like that happen, it's like, yo, you know what I mean? And then uh, it just proves to me that all the hard work pays off at some point. So that was 2006. And since then, the big song on the album, or one of the big songs in my whole career, is called Temperature.
Yeah.
And that BPM, or the speed of that rhythm, was like 120 something. And then all of a sudden, dance music just started to do its thing. And dance music was all at 126, 130 BPM. So it was like, yo, it seemed to me that, Temperature was the #1 song in the world. I'd gotten, an American Music Award. And it seemed to me that it just set the pace for the dance vibe. You know what I mean? Everybody was doing this for a minute with Temperature, and then the dance vibe came in basically immediately after that. LMFAO and all those groups, and it turned into a real big thing for the DJs, which was really cool. So with that being said, and knowing that we've influenced group genres of music such as hip hop and even grime and Afrobeat right now, reggaeton, the Trinidad music, how that's going on. That to me is a testament to the strength of what dancehall brought. You know what I mean? I'm even listening to
Trendsetter.
yeah, I'm even listening to like little TV shows that my son is watching, and I hear the music and stuff, and then I really zone in, and I'm like, there's a dancehall backbeat. It's like do clap, do clap, Cleo and Cookine and all of these these nice songs. But it's dancehall backbeat, and I don't think we do get enough accolades to be such an influential genre all over the place, all over the world, in ads, in children's shows, in many different genres. All of these pop kids who dabble in it. You know what I mean? From Ed Sheeran to Bieber to Sean Mendes, and all of these people have had dancehall-oriented backbeats intertwined or kind of put into their music, and that just proves how big and how hot it is. So I wish that the governing bodies of whatever music, could actually look to that and give us the accolades to make the general public, who are maybe considered then kind of sheep, then they will follow what's going on, to make them understand that, yo, the governing bodies is saying that this is real. You know what I mean? Again, there's quite a few million people on earth that really love the genre. Even in the Indian music and Indonesian music, Middle Eastern music, which we have been influenced by in terms of sounds. All of that's been influenced by what we have done after that. So, it's a big, big thing. And I don't think we do get enough. And I'm one of the people who have to break it internationally. So, I feel very proud about that.
And for you to be like, you're the Sean Paul, like you have brought dancehall to such a mainstream world, and everyone knows you, everyone knows your tunes. So for you to still sit there and be like, do you know what, we still need more, that it makes sense. We definitely need more then.
Yeah, because if you check it out, like when a genre breaks, you have other people from that community actually becoming more international and breaking and it wasn't just Run DMC that broke from hip hop. it was a lot more people, you know what I mean? And generations after. And what I'm seeing now is that, you know, myself and Shaggy and a couple others kind of get a shine. But, you know, and even radio stations, they'll add one song at a time. You know, if it's me coming with a song, they'll add me. But then if it's me and Shaggy, then they'll have to pick. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, when we do control so much different or influence so much different genres and so much different vibes throughout the earth, it's kind of disrespectful almost. You know, it feels like, oh, we're just because we're a small island, we're considered as it's not you know, it's not really a thing. You know, so yeah, important for me for them to give us the accolades and
the thing
acknowledge
is as
it.
well, if like stations etc are saying, oh, we can only have one Jamaican song on at once, only one dancehall song, then that creates a negative competitive environment that's not really needed.
Exactly. That helps us with our clash, which is a big part of our genre anyway. You know, we like to test each other's skills out, so that's cool. But it's become really violent, and the reason being is, again, what you just said. It's like, you know, we feel like crabs in a barrel. We're doing all this work. Everybody's appreciating it and appropriating it, and taking and doing their own thing, and then we're just left here. Like, and that's the reason also why I did Live and Livin, to showcase a couple people who I think need way more accolades than they are getting. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of Massacre. He's a dope MC. I'm a fan of Busy Signal. You know what I mean? Both of them are very lyrical and they have hit songs out there. You know what I mean? There's people who are not on the album who I rate as well, like, you know, Conscience or Charlie Blacks. I've worked with those guys already too with my label. And just to reiterate what you said, is like, yeah, there's so much power coming from the genre. So why not, you know, give it the accolades and, you know, play more than one song at a time. It's almost like a control thing. So if there's too much of us that come through, then, you know, we'll change the vibe of the whole station. Or I don't know, there's a lot of Jamaicans or Caribbeans living in all kind of places, and I think those numbers matter as well. You know what I mean? So when you're catering towards the hip hop crowd or the grime crowd or the, you know, the dance music crowd or just pop music in general, look at a music that has been kind of infiltrating all of those scenes, and give us a little more than just the one song, because it would help the genre. You know what I mean? Instead of just me or Shaggy or a Beanie Man that you hear and that we get the shows and whatnot, it would become a more lucrative business. I mean, everybody knows that music business, the money part is not as it used to be. We're still making money, but it's not like how it was. And so we need the help, especially a small genre or an unrecognized genre like dancehall. You know what I mean? We need more than just one song. I could give you an instance. There was a year where I had a song called Got to Love You with Alexis Jordan. So that song mixed perfectly with Affairs of the Heart by Junior Gong. And also it mixed perfectly with a song by Lanzo Morgan. It's Lazo Morgan. I forget the name of the song. One by One, that song.
Yeah.
So those three songs could be mixed together in mixed shows, but then to be added, none of them really wanted to be added. And I got chosen for quite a few stations and they added me. And I got upset because I was like, yo, look on Junior Gong song, which is big in the diaspora. It's huge in the Caribbean and the circles and everybody who knows his music. It's a dope song, very heartfelt song, very, you know, deep, also romantic, sexy sounding rhythm. Same thing with, Lazo Morgan's song was a more poppy kind of vibe, but all three of those songs were popular at the time in the genre, in the space, and only one was added. And that's not what you hear when it comes on to hip hop. There is at least one, you know, they add a couple different records. So, you know, it might seem to everybody that I'm always complaining about that, but I have to stand up, I have to wave the flag, and I know what I've accomplished. There's no one else. There's not a lot of people that have accomplished that. And for that reason is one of the reasons I don't want to do a versus. I don't think nobody can really, I mean, people have put like,
Energy.
people get, right? People have put like, you know, Pitbull and said like, maybe Pitbull or Shaggy should do it. I'm like, none of them they can't do what I do. Like I have 19 songs on the top Billboard charts, 19 songs on the top 20.
So if you was gonna choose one person in this world to do a versus with, who would it be then?
Sean Paul versus SP. There's nobody like me, baby.
Okay.
There's nobody. I mean, I forgot. And I'm here fighting for the genre. So a win for me is a win for the genre.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
good you
something I
do
gotta
that,
look for.
because you could sit back and be like, do you know what? Everyone likes my tunes. Everyone likes me. I will leave it at that. But you're not doing that. You're still fighting for the genre. So big up your
Yeah,
tunes.
I feel a sense of responsibility. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not a leader by you telling people what they have to do, but I think I lead by showing a good example.
Yeah.
And I want to just continue that example.
Good, man. Good. Shall we talk the new single though? Only
Yeah. Yeah.
Big tune. Love
Thank
that
you.
song with Ty Dolla sign.
Thank you.
So obviously, OnlyFans is massive at the moment. How do you really feel about it? Do you think it's a good thing?
You know, we were talking in the studio, a bunch of us, and we're talking about the internet, how it's changed people's lives, and also about women's rights and like women's live. And like, you know, about a couple decades ago, women didn't have the opportunity to even step in the same space to make money as a man did.
Yeah.
And so the internet has kind of provided a place for anybody's talent. You know, whatever talent you have, there's a place for it on the internet. So when we started to write the song or conceptualize the song, we weren't actually speaking of OnlyFans only. I was speaking of TikTok, how, you know, influencers are being, you know, contacted and paid and this type of thing to run ads and to, you know, for them to pick up a product or something like that.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, you know, the Facebook and your own YouTube channel like vloggers. So all of that was what we were speaking of. And we chose OnlyFans because the name, because it was kind of most controversial. Because when we were speaking about that, it was like, yo, you know, OnlyFans, well, it started as just like something that would be, you know, more explicit or not explicit, more what's that word? Just content that you can't find anywhere else. Like it's not going to be streaming. Exclusive is the word. Thank you. Yes, I need to go back to school. So yeah, exclusive content, and it's turned into what it is. You know what I mean? So, you know, as I said, there's a place for anybody's talent on the internet. So we kind of use the name for the controversy of it, and you know, the ladies that are in the video are actually OnlyFans ladies, most of them.
Really?
Yeah, they have their own pages and they do their own thing. So they are so thankful of the song. They're like, yo, thanks for bigging us up.
Aww.
And if you listen to the lyrics in the chorus, I'm kind of saying she don't work, but I know she worked for that though. Yeah. I mean, people think that it's easy to do a vlog. People think that it's easy to, you know, just conduct an interview like you're doing now. You have to have your thing together. You have to have the time correct. You have to have a lot of stuff. So it is work. It's not just like, you know, people think that OnlyFans is just lying down in a bed and showing stuff. But it ain't. It's work. And even that's work. And so yeah, it's kind of an ode to the ladies who can now be independent with whatever talent it is, whether it's a vlog or whether it's you know what I mean, a TikTok dance or whatever, or being on OnlyFans with exclusive content. Yeah. And also is a warning to the dudes who are looking for a wife. Don't look in that direction, bro, because...
Well, that was the question I was going to ask you. Would you be with a girl that's on OnlyFans?
What?
Would you be with a girl that's on OnlyFans?
You know, I think that in every relationship, you got to have like, you know, a good communication, and that has to be there first. So there would have to be a very mature mindset to be in a relationship with either a dancer, like who dances in a strip club,
Yeah.
or like, you know, a lady who does something on OnlyFans like that, you know what I mean? Or even a porn star. I want to go so far as to say, you have to be really a solid personality, or your mentals have to be strong. For some people, it's a moral thing to have, like, you know, a partner who is supposed to be your exclusive partner, but they're in the porn industry. But I've seen people work it, man. I've seen people do it where the girl is the star and the dude is the director, and he is actually her boyfriend, and it works for years. You know what I mean? So for me, I wouldn't mind OnlyFans. Right now, I'm thinking that if my wife wants to start that, she and me gonna have to have a big talk. But she has her own vlog on YouTube right now, and she does amazing with it. She was always in media out here, but she stopped doing that in terms of being on TV out here and stuff, and now she's doing it from her own, you know, space.
Oh, I love that. Shout out to Wifey always.
Yeah, big up, Jordan.
Thank you so much for joining me. You've been incredible.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate the vibe. I give thanks for the time I'm making, helping me to tell people about, you know, what's going on with me right now.
Kaylee Golding.
Yeah, from bro.